Okay. Viva Pidumia Alo, Mingalabalo, no consultation. And General Pidu Bana, that person to look there, that we call Lancity, a buying that Chelsea Shimaro, the debate Sweeney Domaro, Mabaku, Santa Kede, that you said that Vidatu Miato, the county pare. Okay, General Dilum, you were not as soon as you low needed chamber, but not that one has a cyclone Monai. Guraka, Gucci Massa, Pido, that Piatan needed check, and Pibade, Adi to Ponota, Pitumia needed that picking on Yella, no, that being a moonlight Piatuamel, Italan Kid, that the kind you that La Chimpine, that Makui die, Sakai dime, no, the Dama she that Miba Pitumia needed that picking on your down Nejaba. You sides are Nejaba, look your money, that be more not that moonlight be a check that get the city in Marepa, that be do chinjim or not, why won't be dog. Peja ball that I don't on the Jamaica. Okay, I don't know the Sunni Pepper good as that video that was Jamaica. Okay, on a town of State, Fifth Willa, the anima, that Sipo Jogiria, that you call her democracy, Jataso Yagoda, Chocha video, the Boston Ane, Jaka boy Mayala de Buddha, a standing Pepe, sit and a demu, or sit and a demu, who don't get a lawyer go down, Lamacana, and you said that. Miabada, Pidubago, Yeti, a sick of it, some for la Gajavare. Piduing go Colonjada, Pidusedarineda, Midaduriada, no Tolanima, no Jaya Cana, bowing it to say, and I say, Nyanzon Soda Naye at what Lanaka and Tolanima, Pidusedari, bowing a jara, Shija, no? You Vijaculo, Pidusedari, Midaduri, not a sick of it, go so far, the Mabaku, oh, below Santa Kele. Pidu when Colo, City and Dulo Nago, Bayarica, Sophia Jola Gaja level, a laduda, Kakeri good, below, can get below Con Arena, a Jopia Shesaka Jale. Pidu said down without to it, Koyare a chat to it, and Naga, Segu Emadia, Papim level, and now Pido dam, a say anashin is Sota ye, a new dollar ye, my Pidu yet. Pidu said that ye, Pawan Kankanaga, below Shimele. Sarada, Pidupa go yet, Pidu said that Midadu can you jet, don't you jet, Sagada, oh, the Baba Santa Kere, Pidu said that Midadu Miasu, Golden and you put back that Mila Salaya, the Ninguni Yama, do call land, see the pine Chelsea, Sunidoma Pia by one, the Bowen Sunidome, Pidu said that Midadu Rigaro, the Masana, one, that city and the Jackie as a need go hey, one, that city and do go. Or Hein so City and the Daru Pibai. These are why would a Moderator on a city and boy on the way and some of my Pibai or no. Muati to Miani teaching a Jaya go see there, so you know that only ma that when you love you also do Naimare. Okay, I did know, but Pado in a bono, the is a Gawana, but a speaker in a Mr. Bijimare. I did know, but Mado in a bono, Masana in a bono, without a Mr. Takali Gojabibo.
Okay, she tomorrow. See, see as a Masana Pipare.
Okay, now the one that city and the Taki data are Hazel in Nebono, Mr. Takali Gojabibo.
Okay, to know season Tadapia. Tadahi.
Okay, now so Janebo, not as Jadia Pide. CDM Dubu go Hein needed a Mr. Takato Jabibo.
Okay, Mingala, come here, General CDM Dubu go Hema, come here.
Okay, what? The speaker, Mr. Takato Jabi, no general, that's anywhere as a Gawani Sadia, but Mado needed not general or major now, that's the end of that go Henzo Major Nabono, that Piluka go, younger CDM located. But the video not Piana will be about now and now Piro that or the Sedabua Chipiadi, Sena they now by Sitama Blue Chini Jungle Ladu, Sita take a Sedadu, say that Chini out a Blue Chini, each in a liu that Kohingo Nineda, Mr. Pioja Biba now.
Okay, Sedaka named Susan Lobo, you take out a Maria Pinus of Canyon. Another know them jail. So Pidu finish in a move, so that's an opinion. No, we don't sang a Nabia. I go no time to be when they sell it. You know, I done a Macano. Madame go to Jadi, who don't know.
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါကိုဟင်းတို့ရေအဲ့လိုပေါ့နော်ဒီထဲမှာအလားတူပေါ့နော်ဒါစစ်ကောင်စီတက်တာထဲမှာပေါ့နော်ဟိုစစ်သားတွေရဲ့ဒီပေါ့နော်ဒီစစ်သားတွေရဲ့စိတ်တဲ့အခြေအနေရောဒါဘယ်လိုတွေရှိလဲပေါ့နော်သိမ်းပြီးတဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းမှာစစ်တဲ့အခြေအနေကဘယ်လိုရှိလဲပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါလေးတို့ဒါသမီးပြပါဦး
ဟုတ်ကဲ့စစ်သားရဲ့အခြေအနေကတော့အာဏာသိမ်းပြီးတဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းမှာတော့ပို့ပြီးတော့စိတ်တက်ကပြပြလာရခင်ဗျာဒါဆိုတော့သူတို့ကိုရဲ့အောက်လက်ငယ်သားတော်မှမကြည့်တဲ့အပြင်ပြည်သူတွေကိုနှိမ့်ဆက်ညှဉ်းပန်းလို့သူတို့ရဲ့အကြောက်တန်းနဲ့ဖိနှိပ်ထားမလို့သူတို့ဒီဘက်ကိုမကူပြောင်းရတာခင်ဗျာသူတို့ကရဲဘော်တွေနဲ့မဟုတ်နောက်တိုင်းကရဲမေးတွေပဲကလေးတွေပဲအကုန်လုံးဒုက္ခပေးတော့စစ်သားတွေကတော်တော်စိတ်တက်ကကြာဆင်းနေပြီနေကျင်တဲ့လူတွေတယောက်မှမရှိတော့ဘူး100 ရာခိုင်နှုန်းမှဆိုလို့ရှိရင်90 ရာခိုင်နှုန်းလောက်ကပြည်သူ့ဘက်ကိုရက်တည်ခြင်းလူကများတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့သူတို့ကအကြောက်တရားနဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ဖိနှိပ်ထားတယ်မင်းတို့ဟိုဘက်သွားရင်လည်းတတ်မှာပဲဒီဘက်ကိုငါတို့မိရင်လည်းတတ်မှာပဲဆိုတော့သူတို့ရဲ့6လက်နဲ့စကားလုံးနဲ့သူတို့ဖိနှိပ်ထားတာခင်ဗျအားလုံးသူကအကျယ်ကျုပ်ပုံစံမျိုးထည့်ထားတာဘယ်မှပေးမထွက်ဘူးကလေးရောကိုရောရဲဘော်ရဲမေရော
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါကိုဟင်းတို့ပေါ့နော်ဒါကိုဟင်းတို့ပြောသွားတဲ့ထဲမှာဆိုဒါစစ်တပ်ကပေါ့နော်ဒါပြည်သူတွေကိုနှိပ်ကွပ်တာပေါ့နော်ဒါအချင်းဒီတပ်တွင်းထဲမှာပဲပေါ့နော်ဒါကြီးနိုင်ငံရဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးပေါ့နော်ရာထူးကြီးတဲ့လူကဒီလက်အောက်ငယ်သားတွေကိုဒါလက်အောက်ငယ်သားအစစ်ပေါ့နော်အစင်ကြီးရဲ့လူကတဆင့်အကူဒါဖိနှိပ်တဲ့အနေအထားမျိုးတွေဖြစ်တယ်ဒီတပ်ထဲမှာရှိတဲ့လူတွေအကုန်လုံးကလည်းပေါ့နော်ဒါဒီအပြင်ထွက်ဖို့တပ်ပြင်ထွက်ဖို့အရေးရတာရန်ခက်ခဲတယ်သူတို့ကဒါအကျယ်ကျုပ်လိုမျိုးတက်ထွဲမှာပဲဒါနေခိုင်းတယ်ဘောနော်ဒီလိုမျိုးဒါအပြင်ကိုဒါဒီဘောနော်ဒီမတမစတွေခိုင်းတယ်ဘောနော်ဒီခက်ခဲဘောနော်ဒီအစာရေးစာငတ်ခံပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးဟိုခိုင်းတယ်ဒီလိုခိုင်းတာရဲ့ဒါပြည်သူတွေဘောနော်တိုင်းသားပြည်သူတွေကိုဒါတိတ်ဆက်ဖို့ဒီတိုင်းသားပြည်သူတွေကိုဘောနော်ဒါလုတ်တဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးအနေထားမျိုးတွေမှာဘောနော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးအနေထားတွေကိုဒါလုတ်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့ဟာလေးကိုတွေ့ရပါတယ်ပေါ့ဒါပြပေါ်တာကိုဟိန်းကုန်းအနေနဲ့ဒါရှေ့တန်းမှာပေါ့နော်ဒါကြုံတွေ့ခဲ့ရတဲ့အခြေအနေတွေပေါ့နော်ဒါဘလို့အခြေအနေလေးတွေရှိတယ်ဒီအခြေအနေလေးတွေကိုလည်းဒါဆွေးနွေးပြပါဦးခင်ဗျာ
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ရှေ့တန်းမှာပို့ပြီးတော့ဆိုရခင်ဗျာပို့ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရှေ့တန်းကျတော့အချင်းချုပ်လို့ဖြစ်သွားပြန်အောင်ကျွန်တော်တို့သူတို့စကန်အတွင်းနဲ့စကန်ပြုံမထွက်ခိုင်းဘူးရဲဘော်လှုပ်ထားတယ်သူတို့ကထိုးမယ်ကြိတ်မယ်ရိုက်မယ်မင်းတို့တွေကြက်တက်လိုက်လဲဘာမှမဖြစ်ဘူးငါတို့ဆက်ထွက်တင်လိုက်လို့ရတယ်ဆိုတော့ပုံစံမျိုးနဲ့သူတို့အုပ်ချုပ်တော့ခင်ဗျာပြီးလို့ရှိရင်ငတ်ပြတ်ထားလဲများတယ်ပြီးဘလို့ညှဉ်းပန်းနှိပ်စက်မယ်သူတို့ကြီးခဲ့တဲ့အစပြောတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကြားတာနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကလုံးဝပြည်သူဘက်ကမခံနိုင်လို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီဘက်ကိုထွက်လာတာခင်ဗျ
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါကိုဟင်းတို့ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါနော်ဒါရှေ့တန်းမှာဆိုရင်လည်းပို့ပြီးတော့တင်းကျပ်တဲ့စီကံနေနဲ့နေရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါအပြင်ထွက်ခွင့်နေတဲ့ရန်ခက်ခဲတယ်ဒီစခန်းထဲမှာအလူပါနေရတဲ့အနေအထားမျိုးတွေရှိတယ်ဒါအပြင်ကိုပေါ့နော်ဒါအသက်အန္တရာယ်ဆိုရင်ကိုအချင်းချင်းပေါ့နော်ဒါအချိန်မီတက်ပြစ်လို့ရတယ်ဆိုတော့ချင်းချောက်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ပြီးရင်ဒါစင်းဖြောက်ပေါ့နော်ဒါစစ်တပ်တင်ပြလိုက်တယ်တခုဖြစ်တဲ့ကောင်းတင်နေနဲ့ပြပြီးလှည့်ပြီးတော့လုံးလို့ရတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အနေအထားနဲ့ဒါချင်းချောက်ခံရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီလိုမျိုးအနေအထားတွေနဲ့အများကြီးကြုံတွေ့ရတယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးကျင်းတာအနေတွေကြောင့်ဒါ CPN ဝင်ခဲ့တယ်ဆိုတဲ့အနေအထားမျိုးကိုကျွန်တော်တဘောပေါက်သိကြရပါတယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါအခုလိုဖြေကြားပေးတဲ့အတွက်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဒီခါတော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီတစ်ခါမေးချင်တာတော့ဒါမဆန္ဒကိုမေးချင်ပါတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါမဆန္ဒကိုမေးချင်တာကတော့ဒါစစ်သားတွေအနေနဲ့ပေါ့ဒါပြည်သူ့ဘက်ကိုကူးပြောင်းဖို့ CDN လုပ်ဖို့ဒါခက်ခဲပါတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီထဲမှာပေါ့ဒါဗီတာစုပါတဲ့လူတွေဆိုရင်ဒါပို့ပြီးတော့ခက်ခဲတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီမျိုးအခြေအနေကြားကတော့ယောက်ျားဖြစ်သူ CDN လုပ်နိုင်ဖို့ဒါဇနီးမယားတွေရဲ့နားလေပံ့ပိုးမှုတွေကဘလောက်ခရကြတယ်ထင်လဲပေါ့နော်နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒါ CDN ပြုလုပ်ခဲ့တဲ့အမှတ်တရတွေကိုဟိုပြောပြပေးပါဦးဒါအပြင်ဒါစစ်တပ်အာဏာသိမ်းပြီးနောက်ပိုင်းတပ်တွင်းပြောင်းလဲအခြေအနေအတွေ့အကြုံအခြေအနေကိုပေါ့နော်နောက်ပြီးတော့တပ်တွင်းတွေကဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့တပ်တွင်းတွေမှာဖြစ်နေတဲ့အခြေအနေကိုတော့ပြန်ပြီးကြားတဲ့အခြေအနေဒီမျိုးအခြေအနေလေးတွေကိုဒါဆွေးနွေးပြပါဦး
So can you also share with us what is happening, what is the experience that you have as well? So, well, I have never push my husband to join the CDM movement. My husband, talked to me that he wants to join the CDM movement, and he consulted me. And I said, no, you cannot join the CDM movement because my son was just a baby. He was still very young. So we did this as well. I was pushing my husband back again. Later on, he made the decision. He didn't even consult me. He made the decision, and so I know that he had left. He had joined the CDM movement. Then I just hold my baby in my hands, and then I just follow him. In the beginning, I was very, very angry. How could you leave me behind with a baby, and that that you did this and you joined the CDM movement? How could you leave your family behind? That we were in great difficulty, but then in reality, when I came out, and that is okay. So as well, and that because I thought we'll be in trouble because my child was also very young, so I was very worried about my child. I'm a woman, so I will think about it, and so I was very, very concerned about it as well. What happened is that in reality, when I came here, it was the opposite, because there were people ready to help me, and then and also that they give us a safe house to live in, so we can live there, and then we had like they also give us like a food supplies as well, and food supplies, and there were a lot of assistance we have received. We cannot find jobs yet, that we're staying in the safe house, and then we have to use the food supplies that they have provided with us. We have to struggle to find a job, because of course we have joined the CDM movement, so we need to find a job. So with my husband and I will always discuss and then think about it, to be very open here. I think for the first 2 months, I was really not able to take it. I was also very angry with my husband, and then I was also very worried. I was crying practically every day. And then the more that I stay, I've seen the cruelty of the military, how the atrocities the military has been committing against it. In the beginning, when I lived there, I didn't know that what is happening, and what is happening is that whenever we see the videos about talking about the cruelty of military, we thought this was Saiwara. This is not true. This is propaganda, but we didn't know what was the truth. And then that I was, I lived a long time outside in the real world, but only after I got married, and that I live with the military. So I don't, so that even I was, trapped by them. I got in a way, I was accepted what they say as truth. That it also makes me think like, what about the others who have lived many years in the military? I mean, I'm sure they will believe whatever the military said as true, because I also didn't believe that as well. Then with my husband, we talk about it. Okay, we have a child and we have to take care about it. We have to, struggle for our own survival. So what we did was we tried to my husband have to work as a mason, and that we are just as a day laborer, but we are not we do not get distressed about it. Sometimes we will go and collect snails, because the snail have a market for that at the time. We were quite very worried, very concerned, but it was very difficult to find a livelihood, to find a way to support my family. But now I can look back on it. I can laugh at the challenges that we have encountered. My husband was working as a daily wage earner. I was working, and then within the limits, within the limits, we have through the program called Braupu that we receive we receive some assistance, and then People's Code team help us reach out to them as well, and that really helped. And I was so happy that we get some support from that. With the support that we are given, we receive from the Braupu program, we're able to we started our own small business online, and then selling food online. That we prepare dishes and prepare. And while my husband was working in there as well, I also have some relatives, so I would as well, that I will go and sell them as well. We sell those dishes in the factory, so they will pay us like every 2 weeks, and then it was not a good business, but at least we have a small business and we can generate some income for the family, and that's how I did it. My husband worked as a mason, and that he was able to get some income, generate income for it as well. And then after when we receive some funding from Braupu, it really helps. They give us the support they give us as a seed money money for us to able to start a small business with the support. And then my husband also, but then my husband also lost his job as well. That then I told him that no, I can encourage him down. Don't worry, I can I can still cook, and then you can also deliver the food. And then my husband do the delivery, and I was cooking all the dishes. And then because I always cook with the intention for the people to enjoy the food, so it becomes quite popular. And then I was able to get a that also helped us with we bought a bike, and then we're able to start a business, and then able to grow as well. Now we can we can settle. We are quite settled in the sense I'll be able to send my family and my son to preschool, because I was very worried that my son will never get a chance to to study as well. I thought that we would have been in deep poverty, we're in trouble, but now we have our own, like we have a livelihood. My husband can stay at home as well, that we are able to talk to each other, and then will also be my child can go to school, and that is something I hadn't expected. So I'm grateful for the support I have received from the other organizations. And that for us is that and those who remain in the military, and that what I would like to say is that it is important to open your mind and open your eyes and to see what is happening, because when you are outside of the military, all the people welcome you, and that you feel safe as well. When you are inside the military, you're never safe. When we go to the market, we have to be scared, like, is somebody following us, is somebody gonna kill us? We have to be think about the security as well. And that now I feel safe, and that I feel better as well. And when the military call for the public meetings, I would talk about it as well. So when I do, and right now now that I'm here, now that my husband enjoyed the People's Embrace program, and then now there are many people inside the military that I'm quite familiar with them as well, and they like me. But what happened is that they have been they're restricted from engaging with the, if they reach out to me, then their husbands will be taking action against them. So these people, although we were friends, they are afraid to talk to me now. That when I was in the military, and we have faced many forms of bullying and oppression, I myself also am a victim of such oppression inside the military as a member, as a wife to the soldier. Thank you, Mr. Na. And that so that message for you have joined your husband in this in the defection, that your son was in the literally months, and taking a young baby and following your husband and go through a difficult struggles to start to start your life once again, and that you also have encountered challenges and difficulties, but now you're in a more stable situation, and that you have encountered a lot of difficulties and challenges. Thank you for sharing that. And that you also realize that what the military is saying to the families of the soldiers inside the regiments, and what is really happening outside in the reality is very different. And you also talk about the restriction as well as on the oppression. Again, they're not even to the soldiers, but the families of the soldiers are also being that you also have to suffer under the oppressive controls and regulations as well. I think it is when that they also want to make sure that soldiers cannot will not defect or join the CDM movement. And we also understand that they are also doing a lot of propaganda to keep them stay inside the military. Now I would like to give a chance to Hein as well, that goes to Hein. So can you share with us about your decision to defect and join the side of the people and your CDM experience? In addition to that, you are also participating in the Spring Revolution. So as what is the role of the CDM soldiers in the today's revolution? Can you also share with us?
Okay. Hello. Okay. Cô Hein chỉ làm gì các nhà?
Is Hein there? Is Hein there? I could not hear you.
Okay ဟိုကိုဟိန်းကတော့ဒီ internet ခက်ခဲရှိသွားတယ်ခင်ဗျဟုတ်ကဲ့အဲ့ဒီတော့ကျွန်တော်
Hein might have internet connectivity issues, and therefore we will ask Hein again that what we would like to ask is that when you have become a CDM soldiers, and then what are the issues that you are proud of, and after this CDM process, what kind of challenges you have faced, and then what are your expectations for your life in the future. Not much, and then when we arrive there, and then so it's kind of like we got connected with the chief, and then we didn't know that we can be CDM soldiers, and then we were kind of like told that we will be killed within the army, and then so my family members and myself was also welcomed warmly here on this side. And then my children, 3 children were kind of like sent to school, and then we got also stipends from our children. And then it is very proud moment. And then when we come to the hearts of our people, then like we have been supported every month, and then it is not that difficult. And then we have been here for 2-3 months here on this site, and then I started working, and then in the future I will try to work, and then I will try my best for the family as well. Hein, thanks a lot. And so when you have come for can you please let me know like what kind of challenges that you have faced, why you have come across, why you were kind of like coming into this situation, like what kind of connections that you have to make these kind of things, etc. At first I am going to kind of like carry the ammunitions, but the thing is that I am afraid that I will be given, my family left there will be given trouble. So I only kind of like took a granite, 2 granite, and then one I kind of like buried it, and the other one I give it to the here. And then my families were kind of like asked to leave, forced to leave as well. And then many people were kind of like the other people who left kind of like have been with the weapons and other ammunition. Their family members were put into the prison as well. We were given like the phone number to contact as well, and by the Cobra army. And then like it's everything went well. When we have come here, everything is like okay, and then we can freely stay here. So and then the next day we were kind of like came to the other side, and then we were supported everything like blankets, food, rice, etc. And then I have a number of family members, 7 altogether, and then I feel a bit considerate, and then even I kind of like rent family places for my family over there. Then my family member were asked to leave, and then all the organizations here help my family to reunite with me. And then like the organizations were helping me, and then I do not need to worry about the food. My children are in school, and right now I have had a job. So when you have like your family members were left there, and then your family were forced to leave their houses. And then not only this, even you kind of like rent houses or apartments, and then your families were given trouble to leave those places so that they cannot rent any house or any apartment. So you have faced these kind of problems, and then we have heard about it, and we feel you as well. And right now your children are at school. And then with regards to your children, what is your expectation? Like, for example, when you were in the army, the education that you have your children receive, and then like here, like what kind of education your children are receiving, and then what is the challenges that they have faced so far? What did they tell you about it? So in the when I was in the battalion, then like the children of major or captains, kind of like that, they have discrimination. So you cannot fight with them, you cannot have problems. But then here everything is equal, and then education is also good, and then the children can do as much as they could, and then it depends on their efforts. And then when you were telling us like that, it is not so not only the soldiers, but then even the children themselves are being discriminated against their rankings as such. And then so when you get on the school bus, and then the treatment is also different based on the ranking of the parents. So this is a huge discrimination. So and there are discriminations, and even if if the children are fighting among themselves, then like there could be problems if the rank of their parents are kind of like even higher or lower. So this situation is still within the Myanmar battalions, and then like you can be together, you can be equal with everybody. Then it is the questions that you have to ask the soldiers who are still left. Everybody is being their eyes closed and then their ears closed as well. So you have to think about it and then decide on your own and stay on the right side. This is what you have to do. So right now, I would like to ask Masanda again, and that you have stay a CDM for a certain period, and then what kind of strength, what kind of inspiration that you have come across? You are on the side of the people, and then what are the moments that you are proud for your husband? And then what are your new dreams, your new thinking for your family and everybody here? So when my husband and then like have done this, I am very proud. At first I did not know, but what happened right now getting worse and worse. They are killing people, and then right now even in the army, the subordinates, the lower ranking people are being like kind of like they will not be thought about. And then in this situation, if I had known this in the beginning, I would have asked like my husband to start the CDM since right away. And then I feel very bad. Even like right now, I told my husband to stop for a while. I am very proud of my husband because I can talk to my son very proudly about what had happened, why we did that, and then I could be proud of it. And then I don't need to look at any faces. There is nobody above, there is nobody down there, and everyone is equal. And then all the family members are here. And everyone treats us equally. At the beginning, there has been some issues, and then I didn't know about this, and then there were some difficulty. I didn't have much time to prepare, and then I have some problems. But then this has already finished. It's like 3-4 months we are in have problems, but then I was able to stand it, and then I told my husband. Sometimes he was also kind of like reckless, because it is not that we became CDM soldiers, because we are concerned about the food. And then I have to tell him that we are both here, we will work together. And then like for my child, I have only one child, and then we have a lot of expectation for my child. And then we were thinking that expectation were gone. But then I realized that when we are here, like it is like our hopes are even gets higher, because everything is better. It's not like I am not going to live in this country, but then if things or have changed in my country, I will go back to my country. But then I just want at least like to be like this in my country, like education and everything is, I don't know how to say exactly, but everything goes smoothly. I just wanted to tell people stay in the army, like everybody, that if your husband say that they want to do CDM, just leave right away. Don't do anything. And then when everything you are here, like there will be support for you. And then here we are here as well. And then whoever talk to me, I ask for them. Sometimes don't complain, because like here you will have kind of like peaceful, and then your husband will be near you. But the thing is that you have to work for your own. But whenever you are, even when you are in the army, but then like your husband will have to kind of like sacrifice their life, and then you cannot do anything, cannot buy anything. Like 8 months, 9 months ago, even when the commodity prices are not that expensive, then you have this kind of like issues. And then when my husband is a CDM soldiers, like they don't think that they thought that like they don't. And then he didn't say that he is a CDM. And then I and my son were left. But then I myself, I didn't know even that my husband was a CDM soldier at that time. They knew then I would be asked to leave immediately. I stay like 1 month, and then there are issues, so I asked them like to stay for like 1 month. And then after like 1 month, I was asked to like leave this and that, and then just like please go out and leave. And then it was raining, and then we were during the rainy season, I had to leave, and I had to leave everything and lost everything. But then when I arrived here, I kind of like feel very depressed, and I do not know like the area here. I have never been before, and I was very angry with my husband. But then when I am here, I am very thankful for the support that I have received, and I am very proud of my husband and for what he did. And then I expect a lot for my son, and then right now I even expect more. Like the education for my son, as much as he make effort, then we can support him, and then and our activities like go smoothly. We will try to kind of like own our place. And then when we expected, and then we were able to do, we will be able to support. And the CDM people are here, and then we are not in trouble. We want you to know. We want you to hear about this, and you will know also what is going on. We are not in trouble. Our life is in good. We send the child to school, and in the past, like the people were thinking that my life is gone, I am in trouble. But then I wanted to know it is not like this. And then to what extent, like I am very proud of my husband, and I cannot even express that in words. And because my husband decided that I even more kind of like am proud of it, and that I will be with him forever.
Okay, no.
So thank you very much. It's not that you have left as well, and then you encourage people who were left behind to leave as well. Now you get better better economic situation, and then you have this intention to help them when you are well off, and it is therefore family members left in the army, soldiers in the army, as kind of like continue to help them leave the army. So in the army, maybe you have contact with them, and then later, like what is the situation? Like this. What is the situation? As much as you know, can you please let us know? So I do not have much contact to the people in the army, but then I got contact with someone from outside, and what they were saying is that things are got worse, and like right now they have to do the patrol, and then even like the wife of the soldiers, and then I have issues before, and then right now things gets even worse, and every night so the wife of the soldiers cannot even leave the compound, and they are restricted, their movement are also restricted. And then someone I knew, she is an official, kind of like a wife of the officer, and then even she's not okay. And then like at home, somebody from the army is kind of like independent, or a soldier, somebody like that came into her house, and even like it's not safe. So I was telling her that go back to the village and stay there. In the village also it's not safe, so soldiers are not safe. So what I would like to say is that it's not safe outside. Why it's not safe inside? Why are they stay? Why are you staying? Think about this. It is time to think, and then you should have an answer to that as well. And I do understand in some situation, like somebody who are older, and that has been sometimes I do understand, like maybe there are like 1 or 2 years after this that they will have left, and I don't mind that they are stay like only a few years and then leave. There are many people, there are educated people of my age, and then like so you can tell your husband, like right now when the country is not in so it's kind of like 70%, and then so when is your husband? Your husband is going to the front line, or when your husband is going to die. You know that, and then like why are you there? And like don't think that if you leave and then you will be starved. You never will get starved. things are better off here, and then we are here, and then we can also kind of like support you. Things that you do not know, we can share with you, and then because like we can help you. If you leave, then even if it is not a lot, then as much as we could, we will be able to support you in a way. So don't be afraid. And when we arrived, there was no one, and then like kind of like nobody who is guaranteed. But the thing is that when we arrive here, there are organizations who could help us, and so there are organizations like this, and then I talk to them, and I always tell them, because I want them to be peaceful with their own family. So you don't need to, I don't want you to get worried about these things. Why are you kind of like preventing something and then you want it to be there? Or are you afraid to get problems? Or are you thinking, are you not willing to move to somewhere new? But then in this situation, I want you to leave, because it is not safe inside, it is not safe outside, and then it is not even like things get also not in good condition.
အခုကျမတို့ကြားနေတယ်လို့အဲ့ဘက်ချာခဏခဏကိုဖြစ်တာပေါ့နော်အထဲမှာလည်း
so
မလုံခြုံတော့ဘူး
inside it is not safe. When we were there, it is not safe, and then things would get even worse. So I don't know, and they do not talk to me, and then I do not talk to them as well. Because of me, I am afraid that they will get into problems, and I don't want them to be like that. And then, but then I talk to people outside. Maybe they are living outside, but the husband is still in the army. Just leave. You don't need to be afraid of anything. You don't need to worry about anything. I kind of like give this talk. So I always let my friend knows about this, and then so she does not know how to work. But then when you are here, you will be able to do something. I was not able to do anything at first, but when we arrived here, everything goes in order. So there are schools here. She was worried that the school's education, you don't need to worry about school's education. Everything is in order. Just one person could leave, two person could leave. So as much as you can do this, and then so just leave, and I want you to feel like this, and I want you to be the person who's our people love. So Masana, so families are not safe inside, families are not safe outside. But then if they have left, and then for their life, even in a new place, there are things that you have to think that they are not sometimes reluctant to come outside, and then just stay inside the army and have problems. But then when you are here, you are on the side of the people, then the people will help you. There are also organizations that is helping. So it may not be have the same types of support, but then like there are people who is helping, their organization who is helping. We have heard from you, and at the same time, I just want to ask Masanda again that in the army, like human rights, women rights, and then when you are a woman, like this kind of issues, how they are being violated, especially within the army, and you are the wife of soldiers, privates, and then so you have to hold the gun, you have to do the patrolling. So you have to kind of like watch for the high-ranking official's wife. Can you please talk about it also? And then when I was there, my son was 8 months, and then I have to do the patrolling. I was asked to do the patrolling, and then it is not safe at that time. And then I have to, like, my husband has to go to the front line in Rakhine, and then it is not long that I have been married to my my husband, and then I haven't been to the military training as well. And then when I was asked to do the patrolling, I went to the battalion commander's wife. My child is only 8 months, and then my child is also cried a lot. My son also cried a lot, and the sister, I am she if darker than my son, kind of cry a lot. I don't know how to shoot as well, and then instead of doing the patrolling, can you please make me do something else? And then she told me, like, just wait, you don't it is not possible, and then if we will think of you something. And then I had to do the patrolling. I was there, I went there, and then three of us together with other two soldiers' wife, and then all together 6 of us, and so my son cried a lot, and then other kids also cried, and so like in front of 2IC house, and then it is also I have to wait there as well. We were given 2 guns, and then I was not given. I don't have that, and then children were crying, and so like the officer's wife are kind of like doing like patrolling around like 7:30, 8 p.m. and so they have done this, and they go back in their houses, and so my children are also crying. My child is also 8 month child is also crying. I don't know how to say, but then I got very angry, and then I kind of like all the kids, and then I went to the battalion commander's wife, sister, and then she came out and she opened the door. I told her like so because I am kind of like a quartermaster's kind of like wife, and then so I know that I cannot kind of like even if the same age, like we have to call ama something like this. So my child is crying a lot like this right now, and then like just wait, and then if it is not okay, then she will help. And then I just went to her, and then it is not that I don't do, like it was arranged. If you are not okay, then go to the higher authority. And so I am also tit for tat. We are the same age, and okay, so tomorrow I will talk to so just close the door, and then I could not do anything at all. When you were sleeping like this, we have to do the patrolling with my child, and then if somebody is coming, then like the enemies are coming, I cannot shoot the guns, and then are we human sheep? Then are we supposed to die for you? And then so we came back, and then a major house nearby, and every house that came out and then looked at their, so just I will not live here if they do not allow me live there. So ask you to come to the office the next day, and so I don't go there. I was asked to go to the office, and then I know that I'll be put to kind of like court martial, and then, but then the major is telling you just only like you will be negotiated. It's not that it's about the court martial, and then so just go there and then you negotiate, and then you talked about these issues, and even though negotiation, but then it is a type of court martial as well. So, and always the person who is in the higher ranking is always right. My child is like that. It's not just only me. I was talking on behalf of all the children's mother. It is only like up to 6 months of children you can rest. If your child is over 6 months, you have to do that, and then so it's kind of like 1 year. They kind of like give me the relief. Some women kind of like with the child 6 months, they have to go and then like do help. One woman has to kind of like clear the grass. I never did that outside, but then in the army, like the wife of the soldiers has to do this. Only with the face of the husband, they have somewhere to stay, and then if you go to the so if the husband goes to the front line, they don't even get the ration, and then the wife is kind of like have to do everything. It is kind of like you become the slave in addition to your husband. And then it is not just only I am talking about myself, I'm talking also about the wife. So in that case, I am like 13 wife, just leave and the house, and then you just go to the petrol and then just stay there, and then if there's two and then just what's the problem? We will, even if we sleep at night at home, what's the problem? It's just only like you show that you leave. Why do we have to go out, and who are we to show? So she is kind of like having this battalion commander who talked to me is like, she is on medical leave, she does not do anything, and then so who I see's wife, and so she was asking all of the children's mother to kind of like do and then those who are elderly kind of like so say prayer, something like that. They were we were asked to do to say the prayer, and when the battalion commander is back, and then a wife is back, and then the one who was there who asked us to say prayer has moved to another place. When she arrived, and then all the children's mothers and everyone has to do the patrolling and do everything. So it's not okay. And then so I talked to the major. I negotiated with the major, and then if it is like this, then you cannot stay at home, but then all the children's mother is kind of like we have to stay home, so it's not also possible. and then I will kind of like ask somebody on behalf. Like, so it just like in turn, and then you don't need to wait for, you don't need to do every kind of like every day. And then like a friend of mine told me like to like somebody will have on my behalf as well, and then the next day it is okay, and then the manager responded to me this kind of like substitute is okay, and then my patrolling issue is done. But the thing is that somebody is on my behalf. I have to pay 2,000 per day because I am using a substitute in like to do the patrolling on my behalf. So every week I have to pay 8,000 per week. So if it is this, and then if they say white, you have to say white. You cannot say black. If you say black, then like it's not okay. So with this commander, battalion commander's wife, and then like she talked to me very badly. She always targeting me, and then in the so she is at in the front, and then turn the other side, and so she always talked about things that is with me, but the thing is that she targeted me, and I was asked to apologize to her because I was not wrong. I could not apologize to her. If then if it is not okay, then I will go back. So I was told so it's so and later on I have to kind of like say sorry and then apologize to her. So and then so I went to apologize her at her home, and after the apology, it's okay now. She is also happy with that. And then in 2 weeks later, I was also kind of like she kind of like targeting me, even though she didn't know. She didn't. So she's on that night. So there is no, because of what she said, I don't want to even like kind of like do this thing. So one of the soldiers' wife is this not have a do the hair properly, and then like your wife, your husband is which ranking, my husband is which ranking, and this kind of like very rude talk that she made. And next time don't come in front of my house. So I kind of like, there is always discriminations, and then she was talking about it. I cannot stand at all. And then she like people, everyone knows that she was targeting me, even though she didn't put my name and like that. And I was asked to kind of like be patient. And then if I kind of like responded, then there is going to be a lot of problem because my husband is there. Like I cannot kind of like, I cannot do anything. My husband is there. So I had to be very patient with them. When I got home, I was very angry. And then some of the other soldiers' wife got a lot of pressure. Everything they do is correct, and then whatever we do is wrong. So they have also kind of like so if I say something, no, I cannot say this because like they are doing us a lot of issues. So
ဟိုဖြစ်မှာသူတို့လုံးမယ်ပေါ့ဆိုတော့
and
ကျမလည်းအဲ့ဒါမျိုးသားကိုမေးတယ်ဟဲ့နင်းကိုငါအဲ့လိုမျိုးပြောလို့နင်းကိုအဲ့လိုမျိုးလုပ်ရင်ဘယ်လိုလုပ်မလဲဆိုတော့ငါ့ကိုလုံးစရာ
if I say something like this and then what about my husband, and then my husband told me like, don't be afraid, they cannot do anything to me, just do whatever you should be doing, something like that. And so the whole battalion knows about this. It is like not even like a few like everybody knows about me. And so thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing. I think I also heard the story before that, the challenges that you have faced, and that while we are trying to, stand for your fight, stand for the women's right, and being, being by the bully, by the others, and that's something that we're just hearing from you, a story from one person. And I'm sure there will be others also will also have a lot to be shared, because a lot of people also get oppressed of a lot. So the Goheso is back. So I want to ask this question to Goheso as well, and that so that you are a soldier and you are in the front lines as well. So that while you are in the front lines, what about your family? Who you have to leave behind, and that have you heard about the being picked on by the others? Have you heard about your family that while you are in the front line, what kind of treatment your family has suffered? That did you also have they also tell us, or maybe when you get a chance to call the family, did they also call you to share about whatever? So have you heard from your family? Yes, there are such ads as well. While my family is worse because my wife is married only to a foot soldier, and the children also, our children as well, because our children are the children of the foot soldiers. So they got if our children and say children of the officers got into a fight, our children, they will take action against our children as well. And that what they will do also is that they don't give us food, they don't give us anything, because and then they will when they will ask us to walk, and then sometimes they will also sexually harass as well. If because of the family of a soldier live within the regiment, doesn't mean security, it doesn't mean safety. That sometimes that they would also be that what we'll call it, that it's that they will not, that the superior also refuse to take action against as well. Like if you have what they will do is that they will beat the soldiers, they would beat that, they would hit us with that. Then they will, if the family does not follow their orders blindly without asking questions, then you will lose your chance to get a promotion. They will always pick on you, they will always retaliate against you in a different way if you speak up. Or that, thank you for sharing that when the soldiers have wife left behind because the husband is sent to the front lines, then they don't feel safe or secure, that they don't not know safety. Then they could also be facing security reasons, and they would also often be asked to do things, and that the position, if you are lower down the totem pole, then you would be being oppressed, or you would be also be bullied as well. That that when you are in the front lines, and then when you hear that your family is facing the such difficulty, when you get a chance, you are in the front line, you are fighting, and you are risking your life, and then your families are saying that they are being treated badly by that by the regiment or by the others, by the wives of the senior officers. When they how do you feel that when your families tell you about what is happening to them? Well, how do I feel that? When that my wife my wife, that if I might, then I have to. Sometimes my wife will be being verbally abused as well. That she will be sexually harassed. If I'm a soldier, they would beat me, they would hit me, they would punch me, and then they would even take action. They would even court-martial me as well. And that's what I not take it, because we are soldiers, we are part of this military, and yet if we are being treated like this, we can imagine how bad that is. In public meetings, or the darbers, they will say, if you go to the people's side, they will just give you a meal and then they will kill you. That's what they made us think, that we will be killed if we join the people's side. Then our families, they said they make threats and can say that they will take action against it. Our families will not be set free. So that we had such challenges. And another soldier who joined the CDM movement later than us tell us that they said it's horrible that right now, and that that they have a so rigid control that soldiers are not allowed to have any freedom of movement at all, and that they make it the control is very, very rigid inside the military, so that they are afraid the soldiers will defect further. So that thank you for sharing. You talk about the oppression, that that even that was, if you are serving under the same regiment, there is oppression, and that there is also the discrimination against them, against you from the soldier, that especially that those who are that in higher in the position, they would do that. It will that also will mean that we can also imagine how bad it will be for if you are a civilian, that they could do, how badly they could do that as well. So we have that CDM Second Lieutenant Hein is having a internet difficulty, so he has not been able to join in the participation, not be able to participate in the discussions. Hein is also serving in the Nagani in the Nagani as a commander. He is somebody who is fighting on the ground. He is a CDM fighter, and in the Nagani column of the NUG Ministry of Defense as well. Because of the internet issues, although he has agreed to that, he was able to introduce himself, but he was not able to participate in the discussion due to the internet difficulty. So please bear with us. Thank you for the attention. So I think we are at a certain time in this talk show. So now I would like to give the floor to the people. So please use the Zoom link to join us. And you can also participate in the discussion and give comments as well. And then if you have difficulty if you want to talk, then just raise your hand. If you want to give comments, or if you write it in the chat box, if you want to question raise, just type in your chat, type in your comments or the questions, and we can read them for you. So here, what I'm here is that it is important for the people to remain committed to the revolution, and also to participate with solidarity in this revolution. It is important that's a request that has been made. Yes, the public participation in the revolution is important, and thank you for writing us this reminder. If you have if you want to participate in the discussion, please feel free to raise your hand, then we can make you the panelist, so that we can give you opportunity to ask questions as well. So feel free to do that. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, then we would like to ask our two speakers to give closing remarks. First, I would like to invite Masena to, if you want to say anything to wrap up the discussion, please do so. Yes, thank you. For me, that I would like to give this message to the sisters, younger sisters and elder sister who still remain in their husbands in the regiment. I think you should leave now, because I think it is also important to keep your eyes and ears open. If the military is killing the innocent civilians, and because the way what the military is doing is is torturing them as well. What about the soldiers? Soldiers can no longer stay with their family. They are always being deployed as well. It's not safe. Because you are staying at the regiment, it is no longer safe. That that you are at risk. And when you have to go do this, or when you are at any risk, you are at risk at any time of the day. I think that your only chance to survive is 30%, because there is a 70% risk that you could be killed. I think it is important to think about your own security for the remaining time that you have. Wouldn't it be better for you to live with your husband and your family? If you want to live in peace and security, then I think you should leave them. You should leave the military, and that's the message I want to give to their sisters, and then to the sister who live in, not just for not just in the regiment that I live in. I think it is important to know that, because when I look at what is happening and the challenges that I have faced, I think I'm always talking about that as well. That I have to say that you don't have to worry about it, because even for your education of your children, that you don't have to worry about the risk. You don't have to worry about the future of your children, and that your children will get access to education. You can also find a way to support yourself. So just leave the military and cut all ties. And thank you for sharing, and thank you also for giving the message to the wives of the soldier with the military. I'm sure. Thank you for giving this message as well. So now I would like to invite Go Hazel to give any wrap-up remarks to the listeners. Yes, I also like to encourage the family members of the soldiers to open your eyes and to have the courage to make the decision to leave the military. That's what I would like to encourage you to. My wife also want to say something.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Please go ahead. Yes, please. If you want to say something, then so yes, please, you can, if you want to, you can also share about your experience and the challenges of while you stay inside the military, inside the regiment. Yeah, please go ahead. My name is Jibia Win. So just the other day, I get a chance to talk with the wife of a soldier, and that they said in their regiment 5 soldiers were killed at the same time. That and then the new commander is horrible, and they would, if we are not going to recite the sermons, and they would they would slap you in the face, and that I said that I'm also have to worry about it as well. That her husband also is running away, has run away, and he is trying to defect. And he said, I have promised him that they will get me. I was just talking to her the other day. She said the situation is really bad, and that nobody know that either you're killed or what is happening. I told them that the soldiers are being killed as well, and that sometimes all the children, because they also say that I have been, they say that our entire family have been killed. So I said, I'm in the media. You can even see me as doing a episode. But my husband also has a husband has run away, but he has difficulty to getting the family out, so he's still there. And she doesn't also live. She also had left the regiment. She said it's really bad, and she also had heard from the other wives that many soldiers have been killed as well. I'm not sure about which area, Mekelle or Mekana, and that 5 soldiers were killed, and they just did the funeral for these soldiers as well. I told them that you should leave. You should have left now. That you just leave, and then you'll be able to find a place to stay. And then now that the academic year is going to start, school year is going to start, we organization like People's Go and the Barafu program. So when they know about it as well, we don't even have to ask for assistance. They were helping us. And what about the children? They will ask us, they will check with us to see, okay, do you need support to send your children to school? So I think that is great. That just the other day, I had some challenges for work because my husband boss, that employer passed away, so I have to find a new job, and that's why I took the support that they have given them. But if not normally, that they are ready to help us, that we can always ask for assistance. We can also ask for, so that, you know, in the military, when you're inside the military, if you want to say, please, you can take my, you can also deduct from the salary. If you go to the commander, you will say that, you know, that if whenever we came as, they will only give us like 50,000 just most. And whenever we go to the commander house, they will say, are you here to ask for a loan? And that's the first greeting what they get. But here on the outside, they are ready to help us, and they want to help us as well. And that, you know, that we receive the 1 million just 1 million just is a lot of money that really can help us. And that she said yes, she will be following her husband. That now that I have also asked her that she should as well, because you should not be waiting for the, you know, as well. They said that she was saying that there are so many people also have left the military, and that you know, inside the military, like they will only have a barracks, not a person anymore. Thank you for sharing the updates. Thank you for sharing that what is happening inside the military. Thank you for sharing. Indeed, that also have given us opportunity to that how is happening, and that although it is more restrictive and then with challenging, and that they will say that they will even make you know, say that all those who have who have left the military have been killed, or that their families although did not survive. So that is to instill fear inside those among the families, and as well that and also I also like to I would like to also request People's School as well as all the others and the other organizations to welcome the defectors and welcome the family. So there are also existing programs to help them as well. Siama, thank you for participating in that, for participating and sharing the discussion as well. So I would like to thank the speakers participating in today's program, that about the people, soldiers, and families who have fought against the military to join the side of the people. And that I think now that the people of Myanmar who are suffering under the military junta, they are now they are also facing another challenge of the natural disaster. So I would like to wish safety and safety to all the people in Myanmar. So those are our communities in the Rakhine State, Chin State, Sakai region, and Magoi region, to please take extra care to find shelter in safe places while the cyclone is passing through Myanmar. And we also would like to request others to help each other with the rebuilding. For those that we also need to contribute